We play.
We fight.
We conquer.
Welcome to the Freak Show. I am your host, BUMPY-MCSQUIGUMS, and today we're hopping and we're playing a little bit of Imperiums Greek Wars. It is by Cube Games and releases on July 30th, 2020. And you guys can grab it for your very own selves, play it, enjoy it, love it. If you don't grab it immediately right away, after seeing this video, first off, I'll be shocked. And secondly, make sure you do wishlist the game, because that does help tremendously with Steam's visibility and all sorts of other things. Seriously, if you don't grab the game and you like what you see, wishlist it. It helps tremendously. A shout out and a big thank you to Cube Games for sending this my way. They had reached out to me near the end of last year, and I swear I had gotten back to them, but I found out that I actually didn't. Anyway, long story short, I reached out to them literally just yesterday, and they were able to get back to me, and they still wanted to work with me. It's such short notice, so big thank you and a shout out to them for sending the code to me to get to check this out and play it. I have not touched it yet. I literally just installed it, and we're hopping right in. You guys know I love a good tutorial, so we're going to hop in. We're going to play the tutorial. Seems fair. And after the tutorial, we'll hop into a single-player game and get our adventure underway. If the tutorial's super short, then maybe we'll start the thing now. If the tutorial's long, we'll end the episode when the tutorial ends, and yeah, it's fine. Anyway, tutorial! I was just wondering how many more times they could say tutorial in that opening sequence. Alright, and here we are. Let us begin our journey. Ooh, look at this.
Sparta and Athens have a venerable presence that has shaped our history, and neither will easily yield their place. Though Sparta lost its dominance a few decades ago after an earthquake, leading to Messenia breaking away, and defeat under Theban spears, underestimating their will for reascendance would be a mistake. Military tradition is in their blood. They will not settle for second place at the Olympiad, nor diplomatic table, much less the battlefield. Athenian presence now stretches from Attica to far-flung colonies along our sea. They also control the Delian League. However, many allies resent Athenian hubris and treatment of them as slave nations. Outright rebellion may be nigh as other states seek to undermine them. Yet, while Sparta and Athens influenced our culture for centuries, another rival enters the amphitheater for the final act. Young Philip has taken the throne in Macedonia, his brother the king having recently fallen against barbarians. Though his fledgling kingdom struggles, Philip is fearless and ambitious. Oracles have prophesied that Hellenes will learn how one man can change the history of so many.
Alright. Welcome, we venerable people of Macedonia. Trust our future into your hands. This is what we can tell you about our current political situation. May the gods guide your steps. Why do they call it Macedonia? That was weird, right? It's fine. Alright, onward we go. The scenario begins. Ancient Greece, at a time long before it became known as Greece, was not yet even thought of as a cohesive nation. Still a fragmented agglomeration of city-states spread across more. Wouldn't it be like an amalgamation? You know what, it's fine. More than just Hellas. Sure, each continued its struggle against its neighbors, changing sides and quarreling. Even after the 27-year-long so-called Peloponnesian War, and long after the Hellenists, is that what they called it, united, once to drive off the Persians. In the east, I'm going to butcher, like, all of this. You guys already know this. You're expecting it. I will fulfill my destiny here. Achaemenid, inheritors of the Persian Empire, strive to keep thumbs upon its independence-minded collection of satrapies. Oh boy, to the north, in the foothills of the Balkans, barbarian types of Illyria and Thracia vie with the Hellenic states for supremacy. Sparta, Athens, and I have no idea. Boeotia. I'm sure that's exactly how you say it. Continue their rivalry, and now A new power is about to rise in the midst of all this conflict. Macedon. Oh, there's so many more things I can butcher. Sweet. Macedonia introduction. Macedonia is a large kingdom at the periphery of the region dominated by the Hellenic city-states, yet occupying a strategic position around the Gulf of Therma, with access to the sea and rich gold mines, plus room to expand. While it has shed the Persian yoke, its position among the Hellenic powers is insecure. Seen as semi-barbaric, it is not strong enough economically or militarily to vie for hegemony, and on the political field, it plays only a secondary role. Alright. Despite this, it maintains an aggressive attitude towards its neighbors, especially strained are relations with Athens, Odrysian, and Dardanian kingdoms, and Cheli tribes, I'm sure I'm pronouncing all of these flawlessly, by the way, to the north and east. Indeed, these conflicts have just cost Macedonia her king. A new monarch, Philip II, has taken the throne, and while his plans are ambitious, Macedonia first needs to build an infrastructure and an army before it can join the fight for supremacy. Our military tradition allows you to draw upon experienced troops. Some newly recruited basic units can already have attack and defense improvements. Such military advantage should not go to waste. The future of the nation is now in your hands. Honor the vision of our ancestors and continue in their great deeds. Your predecessors have already laid out some plans called objectives that can now be found under this icon in the state menu, or in the state window. Follow in their steps and fulfill your destiny. Well, I mean, other than my flawless pronunciation, I think we're underway here. Welcome to the tutorial of Imperiums Greek Wars. This tutorial will take you through the main features and controls of the game. We recommend you take the time to read the text thoroughly and not just blindly follow the instructions. It will take you about 50 to 60 minutes to complete, so 2 episodes! But you can save the game and come back to it later if you need a break. After the tutorial, you can continue this game and follow your own path. Oh, cool, so we can go straight out of the tutorial and continue. That's neat. I like that. The tutorial panel will be displayed at the left side of the screen throughout the entire tutorial. This button will help you to recall the current assignment and get advice on how to complete the task. This button will help you find the unit that should perform the current action, or to find the correct location where the action should be executed. Alright, that, and then that, got it. This button will close the tutorial and all hints about how to play the game. Once there is a new assignment, the buttons that will help you complete it will start flashing to make it easier to find them. This icon in the tutorial dialog box marks the current assignment. Okay. And your first task is simple. Click on that button to help. Alright, sure, cool, yep, nope, all over it. Boom. Great, now you know where to find help. Use it whenever you are not sure how to continue. The next task is also easy. Select one of your map items on the map by simply clicking on it. Okay. One of my map items on the map. What does that mean? What is a map item? Oh, we can scroll out quite far. I like the... Oh, look at it. It's dead sexy. Alright, so I assume I just click anywhere on the map. Maybe? No? Is that... Oh. Now you know how to select. I didn't know what a map item was, so... I guess I lucked into it. I could have always clicked to get a tip. It's fine. So I clicked on a gold mine, and apparently that is a map item. I love the little animation down there in the bottom right. That's cool. Alright, we know how to do it. Once selected, the map item is highlighted and detailed information about it is displayed in the unit menu in the bottom right corner of the screen. If you want to deselect a map item, just use a left click. The unit menu shows important information about the selected map item, its properties, or damage. The square icons on the left edge of the menu represents special attributes and skills. Square what? The square icons at the left edge of the menu represent attributes and skills this map item has. And the buttons at the bottom part of the screen show available actions. I assume there's going to be some, if like say we selected an army maybe. To navigate more easily, And switch between your active units, you can use this button in the upper part of the unit menu, which automatically switches from the currently selected unit to the next one awaiting orders. So, boom, right there. Okay, so that selected an army. Alright, I got you. I got you. Well done. Let's try to move some of your units. The unit that can be moved is highlighted, and the orange arrow suggests a new location for it. If you don't see the orange arrow on your map, you might need to zoom out a bit to see a larger portion of the map, or click this button in the tutorial panel. This button orders the unit to move to this new location. The game also offers so-called default actions that make the selection of commands and moves faster. When the map item is selected and you hover your cursor over it, different default actions will be offered at the tip of the cursor depending on the selected map item and tile. Most of the time, move unit is selected by default. You can change the default action by holding the control key. Send some of your units to the new position. Alright, so we want to go there. Well, I mean, I could just click. I guess. Did I do it? Did I not do it? Ah, okay. I left click to deselect the units I had. Then I left clicked again to select new ones, and now I can... If I left click again, aren't I going to... Yeah, I deselect. Okay. So I'm going to right click to move. Okay, gotcha. All over it. It's cool. We understand. Okay, so now that you know how to move your units around the map, let's try this again. This time, we take a free tile that does not belong to any state. You can claim any tile by simply stepping on it with any of your military units. However, should a defending unit be positioned on such a tile, you will have to render this unit harmless, and only then you will be able to take the tile. You should also pay attention to the different terrains on the map as they affect the attack and defensibility of your units, their mobility, and view range. Hills, for example, are great vantage points as they allow you to see a greater area. Alright. Claim the lands in the north for Macedonia. Alright, so right now we apparently have tutorials currently active. This is not the current assignment. Yeah, I know, it's fine. I can't seem to really move the map much. It doesn't want to let me. It's like, no, you cannot move the map. Interesting. So it looks like you can move over into any corner that you want. And then you have to go to like certain spots to actually move the map. That's interesting. I'm assuming I can move with WAS and D. Oh, thank God. Alright, I can move it around the map with WAS and D. That's great. Alright, so I want to move the horsey boys on over to this spot. So we're going to do that. And we have moved there. And now we're going to move over to here. And I guess we're expanding our borders. Keep expanding the borders of your land doing this. Okay, that makes sense. You will need a proper road network if you plan to build an empire worthy of that name, though. Roads play an important role in a country's development. Connecting cities, other buildings, and resources with roads improves the mobility of your units and the production of your resources. Roads and bridges can only be built by settlers. Give your settler an order to build a road by clicking on the Build Road action button. Alright, so I assume, yeah, we have our guys selected. We want to build a road over here. I guess that's our settler. How close in can we get here? Oh, really close. That's cool. Alright, so what we want to do is build a road. And I'm not sure how to do that. I'm going to assume it's this. Forge. Oh, maybe we have to move there first. And then it'll give us an option to build a road. It does. Build a dirt road, or R. Okay, that makes sense. Cool. Cool, we understand it. We figuring this all out. And again, guys and gals, if you're ever wondering why I like to do tutorials, first off, it always helps me learn a game, as that is the whole point of the game. And also, I like to be able to go through stuff that, you know, developers have put a lot of time, energy, and effort into to teach you how to play the game. Go through it with you. You guys can see if there's any struggles that I have. Maybe you're like, oh, it's super easy, whatever. Or, oh, I would have gotten stuck on that too, and then you see how I work it out, or whatever the case is. And anything that I might like know and accidentally just skip or miss or ignore and not tell you about, you can see through the tutorial. Plus, if you don't feel like playing the tutorial after you watch me play it, you don't have to, because you know, you've learned. It's kind of like an interactive tutorial if you want to play it, or just a quick video of a tutorial if you don't, and you can just watch it. So it's totally up to you. I'm doing this because some folks like to know all the details and the information, and I also like to do that. And again, tons of time, energy, and effort were put into making these tutorials, and if we just skip them all of the time, you know, it just kind of, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I'd like to know everything that I can know. So I apologize. Let's get back into it. Now, let's continue in the development of the empire and start utilizing and cultivating the land. All the cities and most units need food to maintain their functions. Without food, your armies will rebel, cities will revolt, and people will leave to search for better livelihoods elsewhere. To increase food production, settlers should be ordered to build fields and farms around the cities to increase food yields. Keep in mind that plains and grasslands are suitable for agriculture. Only plains and grasslands. Order a settler to build a field close to Thessaloniki to click on the, or by clicking on the battle or build field thing. Oliver, cool. Thessaloniki, let's get on after it. All right, so this is a field and a plain. This is a, okay. Plain. That's grass. These are plains. Alright, and then we can build a field down here, and it, is that L? Is it I? I guess it's I to build a field. Interesting, but fine. Perfect. Settlers can now be put to good use cultivating wild lands. The first turn is almost over, but let's spend a bit more time on the game menu in the upper right corner of the screen. This button opens the main menu. Alright. This one displays the game help called Imperiums Library, where you can find detailed information about rules, game mechanics, and features. The other buttons function as normal music player controls. Okay, interesting. Now it's time for the other players to make their moves. The big round button in the upper right corner of the screen ends the turn. Makes sense. Alright, let's end the turn. Let's see what they do. Alright, we're going to zoom out a little bit for this. Okay. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. I love the detail. They go from the like live 3D models to like a 2D stand. Watch, one more step forward. Boom. So they're there, they're animated. You zoom out just a little bit more and boom, you just get a representation of where they're at. That's really neat. I like it. All right. We're ending the turn. Our rivals are scheming. I think maybe they should move the hourglass slightly further over. And then they would be scheming instead of scheming. It's fine. Alright, so this dude decided to move. He's moving around. He's not quite to us. We're up over in this direction. But we can see him. I want to get in a little closer and see the animated movement. Oh, he's coming closer to us. We got folks in the water. Folks going to defend their cities. That looks like maybe a fishing boat or something. Alright. It's quite interesting. Hoplites. Okay, those guys were real close to our border, and then it looks like they stepped away, maybe. So many different things moving around. Oh, they're right on the edge. They're claiming stuff for our, for their territory, so we can't claim it for ours. It's interesting. And it looks like it's back to our turn with Macedonia. We have received some very unsettling news. This is not a good start. Yeah, no, that's usually how things go for me. The let's see, what is it? The Dardanian tribes are marching toward our northern border. And Athenian units have been sighted moving along the Alekmonos River. Totally nailed it. Towards our city of Aegai stuff. We have to adapt our tutorial to address this dangerous situation. We shall teach both the barbarians as well as the arrogant Athenians a lesson. Let's start in the south. Luckily, there is a unit stationed at that place that I totally am not going to try to say again that could be fortified within the city, which would greatly increase the city's defenses. Alright. Okay, cool. I think it's just like, you just do like an Arnold sound. And you got it. Alright, so we've clicked on the person. The thing down here is load the unit into the city, which I believe is... do I have to click on them? How does this work? Click on them. Oh, and then we right-click to put them in the city. Do you want to enter? Yeah, sure I do. Alright, so we did a thing. Cool. Now, what to do about the Dardanian hordes moving toward our border? The city of Lynkestis is the capital and base from which they sent their warriors to harass and raid our lands. Okay. You dare challenge us, sir? Uh-huh. Surprise! The Dardanian patrols are scouting around the city, keeping guard. Our warriors are well suited for movement and warfare in forests and woodlands. Let's use this advantage. As mentioned elsewhere, different army and unit types are suited to different terrains, which affects their fighting ability and mobility. You can always find quick information about the terrain affinity in the tooltip and in the map items tab in the Imperiums library. Alright, so if we go there, we get a terrain bonus of plus 30% defense. If we're here, we get a minus 20%, which is not good. So we're going to move here. Alright. We sneaked close to the city, and now is not the time for hesitation. We must not let the enemy seize momentum. Every assault lowers the defense ability of the defender. Use this to your advantage and plan your attacks in waves, targeting the same unit with several of your own. Don't let them catch their breath. Use this button to launch an attack on an enemy map item. Alright. Do I want to... Is that a thing I want to do? Do I want to attack this guy? Do I want to left click it? No, I want to send it. Okay. So what just happened? Do we now have 2 people in the army here now? Okay, and we're going to attack him with T. And then right click. It's tea time! I don't know what that means. It's fine. I feel like we lost that. Battle with the Dardanian kingdom close to Lynkestis. Terrain affinity minus 30%, plus 6 to army morale. Okay, that was us. Well, why was our terrain affinity so horrible? Is it because we moved the horse over? I feel like that was stupid. We had 500 soldiers to their 1,000. Yeah, that didn't go very well. It was a draw, but our cavalry unit didn't win any major victory for us. We lost the element of surprise. You can see the details of the battle in the battle result window that pops up after the fight. Here you can see what factors determine the outcome of the battle. Our cavalry unit lost quite a lot of his men in this brawl, and it needs fresh men to replenish its ranks. The closest facility to do this is in Edessa. Move the unit to Edessa and then click Heal Inside button to bring the unit back to full strength. There are several ways to heal a unit, and Heal Inside is the fastest. You have to bring the unit back to a city or facility where the particular unit can be built, trained, and healed. Well, that kind of stunk. Alright, let's get your booty on over to Edessa. Why are we not moving? Okay. All are healed inside. Alright, it's going to take 2 turns for that to happen. It will take a few turns before this unit is ready for action once again. Let's turn our attention back to the battlefront. The enemy took some damage in the fight as well, and this could be our chance. Alright, so we're going to... Oh, wait. Oh, you're going to come over and help out? Is that the plan? Okay. And we're going to attack you. This looks like it went way better for us than the last one did. the battle with them once again. We had 7 soldiers to their 757. We still had a minus 30% terrain affinity, which I guess maybe it's because they were on the field and we were in the forest. And we were attacking versus defending. Like, if they attacked us, we would have gotten a 30% increase. But the fact that we were attacking them, we didn't get that. So we had that going against us. They had minus 30% more battles penalty. Okay, so multiple attacks does lower their battle whatever. 9% army morale versus our 6%, 5% readiness, okay, and 4% experience. So they had a lot of good things going for them, but we only had 64 casualties. There's 757. Our soldiers fought like lions. Looks like our attack power was 3. Our health before the battle was 3. And our action points, I guess, was 1.7. So we had them beat on all of those various different fronts. And after the battle, we walked away not very ill-affected, I guess. Brilliant! Our first victory. Fortune favors the bold. There is nothing more we can do about the situation on our borders this turn, but there is still work to be done. If Macedonia is to become great, we need to invest in urban infrastructure. We can build a new city at the Axios River. River tiles not only produce more resources, but there also happens to be the foundations of an abandoned town, which will make the construction much cheaper. Use the Build Town action button to order a unit to found a new settlement. Alright, it's going to fling us on over here. We're going to zoom out just slightly, just a little bit. And they want us to move this guy on over. And we're going to do that. And then they want us to build a town. And we're on this river. Do we know what this river is called? It does say River Axios. I mean, I knew from the earlier thing. I just wasn't sure if it like told us somewhere, and it does. If you hover over it, it tells us the river. So I assume there's other rivers. Like there's one over here. What is this one? The River Strymon. Okay. Alright, well let's plop down a town. Braggitai. Bragland. Just gonna call it Bragland. Sounds less difficult for me to say. You are now a founder of cities. Yeah, I am. This is part of your legacy for future generations. Indeed it is. The plains next to the city should be plowed and fields created. River and sea tiles are very fertile, so it pays off to build new cities on riverbanks and along the coast. Alright, they want us to move our buddy on up here, and I would love to do that, but I think we're going to break off this very first episode right around now. It's probably going to still take us a bit more than like a half hour next time. So we'll stick with it until we finish up the tutorial in the next episode. But hopefully you guys have enjoyed. And once again, a big shout out and a thank you to Cube Games for sending this my way and allowing me to showcase it and cover it right here at the Freak Show for all of you. Once again, the name of the game is Imperiums Greek Wars, and it is due out on July 30th, 2020. Should be the same day as this video is coming out, so you guys can grab it and play it and love it and all that wonderful fun stuff that I said earlier on. If you want more information about the game, where to get the game, information on the developer, down in the description there will be various links with all of that information. If you happen to like the video, come back for more, subscribe to the channel, do the YouTube stuff, guys and gals. You know what it is. And well, thanks. Thanks for stopping by the Freak Show. I have been your host, BUMPY-MCSQUIGUMS, and always remember, we play, we fight, we conquer.